Thank you for joining the Holistic House. Today, I wanted to go ahead and just talk about almost anything. Um, as you see today, I decided to come in my PJs because I felt like, well, for those of you that can see me, I decided to come in my PJs today, hair up, not looking my best, but they always say when you don't feel like doing something, do it. So today is one of those days that I definitely could have stayed in the bed all day, but I decided to get up and work my way over to my comfy chair to sit here and talk to you guys today. I feel like today should be like a free-for-all. Well, not really a free-for-all. But I'm always talking about health. Excuse me. I'm always talking about health and all those different things. A lot of people can't see how it comes together. Well, in my eyes, everything that we do makes us who we are, of course. We act like our parents, we act like our grandparents. Depending on who you were brought up with, if you were brought up with an aunt or an uncle, you act like your aunt or uncle. It just depends on who you were brought up, who your surrounding was when you were growing up. I'm not saying you're going to have all their attributes, but you will have some because repetition is what makes us remember. So if they did the same thing every day, then that became part of your repetition. And you still do it today. You just don't realize you do it, but you do. Excuse me. That goes along with our eating habits, our sleep patterns, our exercising patterns, all those different things. But it doesn't always work for us. I realized I learned things from my grandmother, my grandfather, my mother, and those things worked back then. The values always stay the same if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? Respect those that respect you. Make sure that you respect your elders. Because they've been around, they've been through it, they already know about it. You're arguing with them about something that you're just learning, but you feel like you know it all. And granted, when they did it, it was a different time, but it kind of all comes out the same, to be honest. You might have to look at things differently. You might have to word things differently. You might be using a computer instead of paper. But the thing is the outcome almost comes out the same. The thing about it is like I said, respect the elders. I'm on the bandwagon of we need to put home economics back in school because I feel like we are losing our households. Like, what is a household anymore? We don't sit down and we don't eat dinner together. And I'll admit, we don't do it at my house either. I mean, we got caught up in the hustle and bustle of life. And you tend to forget the values that you were taught when you were younger because everything is so computerized. Like, you used to have to call to order pizza. Now you can order pizza online. It's everything so impersonal. I mean, the kids don't even have to get on the phone. I remember back in the day, we had to get on the phone, the one that you have to dial or hit the push button, not the kind now, you just click, click, click. Yeah. we used to have to get on the phone, and you be talking to your friend and having a good time, and mom says, I need the phone. Okay. Okay, you get that. Now she could just pick up her phone and use her phone. But what about when mom said, hey, I was waiting for a phone call. Get off the phone. Because, back then, well, okay, I'm telling my age. For those of you who don't know, back then, we didn't have call waiting. If you called, it was a busy signal. So if you stayed on the phone for an hour waiting for a phone call, every time they called, beep, 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 they got tired of calling. So if your parent was looking for a job or something, they're not going to keep calling back. The line's busy. You just lost out on that job. Even when we went to computers, which I think is so funny, because we went from typewriters to word processors to computers to online, but the online was your phone line. So you'd be like, I just got kicked off the computer. Why'd I get kicked off? Because somebody picked up the phone and started dialing. It disconnected you. Unlike now, you could be on the phone. You could be doing a lot of things and still be online. It's just funny how far it's come in society. But then at the same time, it took the personal part out of it. One of the things that is real bad too is like, I remember when I used to call the bill place and I needed to talk about my bill or whatever, I didn't have to go through so much hassle, like push this number, push that number. It would be like, wait on hold and we'll be there to help you. And then you're on hold, you get somebody, no offense to nobody, because, we're all the same. But sometimes I just can't understand what the person is saying. And that's very frustrating when you're trying to take care of your business, because the accent is so heavy. If you're not used to dealing with it, like now I'm used to dealing with it. I've been in customer service for many years. But in the beginning, you're like, okay, this is not working for me. You get frustrated, they get frustrated, it becomes a very bad call. And customer service is nothing like it used to be either, because in customer service, you used to get that personal, people cared. Or at least if they didn't care, they act like they cared. Now, you get straight attitude. I mean, I get people who call me, and, today's the rant and rave day. Because we need to connect as people. And I think that you say, hey, yeah, that happens to me too. And then you'll start laughing and stuff. We all need that from time to time. But what I hate is I get these phone calls. And I think it's funny. I've had my car for some years now. And for the last 3 years, I keep getting this phone call that says, excuse me, your warranty is about to end. This is the last phone call. So we need to get with you about your warranty. They've been calling me for 3 years. 3 years. And then get an attitude because I don't want it. I mean, it's been gone for 3 years. What are you talking about? It's about to expire. Do you even know who you're talking to? They tell you the make of the car and everything. And then they want to ask you information. Okay, can I get your birthday, your social security number? Excuse me, if you know me, you got all that information. Well, I got to give you that information. Can you give me your license plate number? Okay, this sounds like a scam to me. And it's a shame that we have to think of things that way. I get tired of the robocalls. They call and call and call and call and call and call and call. You hit the button, don't call me no more. They call. Don't change your phone number. Oh, we changed our house phone because it's really funny to say house phone because most people don't have a house phone anymore. But we changed our house phone number, and I don't know who had the number before, but I answered it because I use it for faxing. Because I don't always be out in society because, sometimes I'm in so much pain. If you bump me, I have a whole conniption. So those days, that, you can't be out in society, and that's why. So I have all the convenience at the house so that if I need them, I have it. So my home phone is actually my fax. But I decided to answer this particular day, and this person called me a liar. Liar? I said, I just got this phone number. I don't know who you're calling for. Can you please take this number out of your system? This person, this is customer service. You're supposed to say, okay, I do understand. I do apologize for that. Let me go ahead and take you off. Even if they don't take you off, just say you're going to take me off. Now, this person told me, you know who this is. You lying. Excuse me? I said, first of all, you don't talk to me like that. I don't have no reason to lie. And if I don't want to pay a bill, I'm not going to pay a bill. Even if I was that person, I still ain't going to lie. I'm going to tell you, I don't got it. That's it. Don't call my house yelling at me. Who you think you are? He just yelling and I said, let me talk to your supervisor. See, because I've been in customer service for a long time. I know the rules. Okay, so you asked to talk to a supervisor. It's just another employee like them. So I start off, what can you do? Do you have any more, can you get into the better system than this person can get into? Or are you going into the same system? See, because there's levels in the system. Like, if you're a regular employee, you can only see so much. If you're actually a manager, you can see a little bit more. But if you're the big honcho, you can actually change things and, all that stuff. So I asked her what she could do. She said, well, I can see no more information than the person you were talking to. Okay, you're not the person I want to talk to. Can I talk to your supervisor? Finally, I got to a person, after about 4 or 5 people, I finally got to a person that says that they were able to do more than everybody else. I guess they got tired of me or they ran out of managers. I don't know. So this person went on and changed it. I didn't get the phone call for months. And then one day, I could hear them on my on the speaker, because I don't have an answering machine per se. But because it's a fax machine, it gives you that, like, kind of a prompt. And they're like, you owe us a bill, and your name is da-da-da-da-da, and just a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm like, okay. Just day to day gives you so much stress, so much negative energy. And, I always think it's funny when you go to the doctor and they say, well, it's because you have so much stress. You need to learn how to maintain your stress. Really? I need to learn how to maintain my stress. Okay. Let me say this. Go on and give me $200 million and my stress will be good. The doctor looks at me like I'm crazy. Well, because we got the day-to-day stress. How am I going to pay for this bill? An unexpected bill comes in, like the taxes. Taxes is one of those things that just come in from nowhere. Property tax, it's like, didn't I just pay that? It's due again? Because out here where I live, it's twice a year. I don't know how it is where you live. But where I live, it's twice a year. And every year, it always catches me off guard, the first one. Always. And it's an unexpected bill. What I used to hate is we used to pay the water every 3 months. That to me is an unexpected bill. Because who keeps up with every 3 months? Be honest. I want it month to month, so I can just go ahead and pay it. And plus, it's triple the bill. So if you normally pay $40 a month, times 3 months, you're paying $120. Now I got to come up with $120. I have a budgeting program that teaches you how to not get into that predicament. But, this is a free-for-all right now. And, I'm just going to do my little pet peeves. But we do have a program that's coming out about budgeting and how not to get into those pitfalls. But it still, unexpected things. A flat tire is unexpected. Car breaking down, unexpected. Lock your keys in the car, unexpected. There's so many unexpected things. But here's the worst unexpected. Your keys is locked in your car. You call your insurance company that you've been paying for years. And your understanding is that you have the insurance to get your keys out the car. And nope. Now you gotta call somebody else to now you gotta pay to get your keys out the car. And because the newer system that you have in the car, he says, I can't pop the lock. We got to break the window. I'm just saying. That's not necessarily true. But, we're getting to that point. Okay. It's just too much, But you're telling me don't have stress. Okay. As soon as you get behind the wheel of a car, what do you have? Stress. People cannot drive these days. Let's be honest. They cannot drive. People will cut you off because everybody's in more of a hurry than you are. Their place to go is more important than yours. All they had to do was leave 10 minutes earlier and they would be on time. But no. They leave 10 minutes late and now they pushing you. Especially where I live. Man, they'll be on your bumper. Like, if you even stop quick, they all up in your front seat with you. I'm just saying, And then you turn around and they say, I'm sorry, I don't have insurance. Okay. My car is totaled. I got to continue to pay on my car. And the person don't have insurance. Okay. I get it. I do. I really get not having insurance. Because I always feel if my car sits 60% of the time, I should only have to pay 40% of insurance. I'm just saying. Because the rest of it's a waste of money. It's sitting on my property. Nowhere for anybody to hit. Nothing. But I have to still carry insurance every month. And I always thought the older you got, the less your insurance is. I don't have no tickets, no nothing, knock on wood. I don't have anything. And my insurance is high to me. It's very high. I should be able to pay $100 in insurance. You know what I'm saying? But no, they got it where, like, for a year, it's like, what, $1,300-1,500? For a person that hasn't had an accident, no speeding tickets, no points taken off, no nothing? $1,500? Wow. I don't get no breaks. Especially for my age. Now, if I was older, yeah, maybe, because, you got some senile people that do some crazy stuff on the road. I get that. But I'm not at that age yet. Yeah. So, you see my pet peeve. Let's talk about stress. Come on now. Just the bills alone. Just going to work. Just driving. Even if you don't go to work. Excuse me. You got to deal with everybody's stuff at home. That ain't easy. It's hard enough to deal with your own. Then you're dealing with everybody else's too. But no stress. Where do they even get that word from? No stress. Is it even in the dictionary? No, I'm just joking. Because there's no such thing. Even if you're rich, you still got stress. Your stress is this person really my friend, or do they just want money? Your stress is having to keep telling people no, or listening to people's problems to get the money. Your stress is to try and keep your money. See, we have the stress of trying to get it. You have the stress of trying to keep it, boy. I mean, you can't win for losing. But I will say you're a little bit more happy because you don't have to do the month-to-month thing, and you don't have one foot towards homelessness. You know what I'm saying? So that does take the stress off of that. But then you have other stresses added on to it. So I don't want to be rich. I don't want to be poor. I just want to be right there where I don't have to worry about month to month, and I don't have to worry about somebody trying to be my friend that ain't. Because really, you won't know if I'm poor or rich because I still live the same. See, people get out there and they get to being all dramatic, going to buying a Rolls Royce. Nah, I might buy a Rolls Royce. No, I'm just joking. But people go buy a Rolls Royce, and then they, now they got a mansion. They got money. Because I'm sorry, you can't be making $5 an hour and afford that. I'm just saying. That's not going to happen. I don't care what kind of credit you have. It's not going to happen. So, as you see, that's my biggest pet peeve. I hate when I go to the doctor. Well, that's not my biggest pet peeve when I go to the doctor, but that's one of them. Because the other one is, I have to laugh. The other one is telling me I need to lose weight. Okay. I need to lose weight. I get that. But you're just as big as I am, and you telling me I need to lose weight. What kind of doctor? I have to laugh. I'm sorry. I'm keeping it real today. We going to the realness of it. You gonna tell me I need to lose weight when you just as big as me, so what do you need to do? But then here's the thing. They tell you need to lose weight, but they don't tell you how. They will sit there and insult you and say, well, what are you eating every day? What are you eating every day? I'm just saying, What are you eating? You worried about what I'm eating, but you as big as me. How do you know what I eat? See, this is where I have a problem. And it's really funny because it just came out today in Huffman News or something like that. And I've been saying this for a long time. Calories don't matter. Counting calories don't get you nowhere. You know what counting calories get you? Crazy. Let's talk real. It gets you crazy. It gets you number crazy. Because now you counting calories, you going to weigh yourself, you counting that, and then you doing all this stuff to try and figure everything out. You go counting crazy. Does it work? No, because your butt's still big. I'm just saying. Keep it real. Let's just keep it real. Okay? This is a keep it real type moment. Let's be real. You did all that and lost 1 pound. You feel good, don't you? You busting some cartwheels, ain't you? Heck no. You mad as a TIS. I'm sorry. I went old school on that one. You mad about the situation. You don't get it. You don't understand. You went from 2,200 calories to 1,500 calories and you don't understand why you ain't lost weight. I'm going to tell you why. Because as much as you counting calories, are you taking in consideration how much fat you taking in? Fiber. Are you protein? Are you looking at those things? No, you ain't looking at that. All you looking at is numbers. The calorie numbers. What does that mean? Nothing. Sorry. Nothing. Is the calories going to make or break you? Or is the fat intake going to make or break you? Or is your protein going to make or break you? So, you going to tell me my BMI, when your BMI is just as big as mine, you don't tell me how to correct it. You just tell me, well, what you eating can't be right. But I must be eating the same thing you eating because we weighing about the same. But you don't say go to a dietitian. You don't tell me none of that stuff. You just tell me that I must be eating too many calories. Okay. But did you take in consideration I got fibromyalgia, MS, sciatic nerve issue, chronic migraines? So I have a migraine all the time. It's just where is that migraine at that time? Is it a little one, bigger one? Where is it at? I'm in pain constantly. I can't go out and jog around the corner. You notice I said around the corner because that ain't that far. But still, I can't jog like that. I can't jog 5 miles. Because guess what? If I walk 5 miles, I ain't walking back. Because by the time I'm done with that 5 miles, I'm crawling. I'm in so much pain. I can't go to the gym and lift no weights. That's messing with my joints, all the muscles and the nerves and all the stuff that hurt. What's it going to do? So you want to talk calories. So because I can't move around like the normal person, you're trying to say I should only have 200 calories? Is my body going to think I'm in starvation mode? So, you're not giving me a solution. That's why I said, in other videos and other audios that when we help you, it takes a while for us to be able to help you because there's a lot of things that we have to take in consideration. And I always say this whenever I talk anything medical. We are not doctors. We are not here to override your doctor by no means. We are here to help you make a plan for yourself to get yourself where you need to be. Okay? But if your doctor says that's not a good plan for you, hey, we are not here to argue with your doctor by no means. So, with that being said, I get upset because I said, can you order me a treadmill? What do I got medical for if you can't order me something that I need medically? Because I can't get out there like the normal person and walk. Well, I'm not going to say a normal person walks 5 miles, but I'm just saying I can't get out there and walk long distance. I can go shopping because guess what I can do? I can start and stop and still be in the same store and only have to walk out to my car. See, that's the difference. Because if you walk somewhere, you got to walk back. Not happening. Keep it real. Not happening. Because I'm struggling to get there. At least in the grocery store, I can lean on the basket. I can do all kind of other things. I could jump in one of them scooters and I can walk with you. But I ain't getting no exercise. You see what I mean? Like, I can't ride no bike. That sciatica be yelling at me. Just because the way you have to sit. No. And then, the nerves and all that stuff. I know my limitations. And I'm not going to surpass that. Because if I do, every time I do, I'm down for a week or two. Depending on how far I went. It could be 3 days. It just depends on how far I went out of where I know I shouldn't be. So I ain't riding no bike. And you say, well, you could go to the gym. What am I going to do at the gym? Okay, I'm going to pay for the gym just to go to the treadmill. I could do that. But I know this is what people don't understand. You want me to get out my house in the cold, get in my car, drive to wherever the gym is, which is not around the corner here, because I'm out in the country so that I can have some peace and quiet, so I could get myself together, because living in the city is way more stressful, way more energy than I need to get right. So I got to drive 25 minutes to the gym. Now, let me tell you, when you drive 25 minutes, is your attitude still wanting to do the gym? You just drove 25 minutes. You want to turn around, go in the gym and do what? Because now you just, no. So I get to the gym, I get on the treadmill, I'm on the treadmill 10, 15 minutes, get back in my car. Now, mind you, we're paying for this, and I only did 10 or 15 minutes. get back in my car, go home, drive another 25 minutes. I spend more driving time than I spend on a treadmill. I want a treadmill in my house so that I could say at midnight, my brain says, go and get on that treadmill. I go and get on the treadmill. I do my thing. Then I go and I get in the bed. I could put the ice on it. I could do all the stuff, the heating pad, all the stuff that I do to keep my stuff right. I can't do that at the gym. I got to drive back home. And then, okay, I'm feeling good. And I know I haven't reached my limitation yet. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm still up. I want to jump on the treadmill. I go ahead and I jump on the treadmill. I do my thing. And I do my muscles the way I need to do. Put the stuff on. Do everything. I can get my exercise. They want me to do it the normal person way, but I'm not. My body is not normal. We have to know what our bodies can and cannot do. I don't care what the doctor says, and stop putting me in the pot with everybody else, because I'm not everybody else. We all have our different struggles. We all have our different limitations. Stop putting me in the same limitations as Betty Sue over there. See, because Betty Sue can get in her car and drive 5 minutes to the gym. Betty Sue lives near a 24-hour gym. Betty Sue has the money to put the gas in the car to run to that gym every single day. Because Betty Sue is still working. But me, it doesn't work for me like that. You know? That's just how I feel about the situation. And that's why I said this was keeping it real day to day. Because, these doctors, they be messing up. They really do. Even when you go in for surgery, man. I went in for surgery in October, the end of October. And the anesthesiologist pissed me off. Excuse my French, but it did. Because I make sure when I go to any surgeries, a lot of times I don't sleep the night before, anxiety, all that stuff. But I also go in cracking jokes, having fun with the staff, stuff like that. Because when you go under, you want to be in a good space. No anxieties, no. And I was real, for some reason on the surgery, I was real iffy on it. I needed the surgery, don't get it wrong. But I was real iffy. I didn't feel one, I'm tired of surgeries, but I didn't feel as comfortable. So I was cracking jokes, having fun with the staff. The anesthesiologist come in talking to me at a whisper. Hi, nice to meet you. Like he was such a calm person until you got into the surgery room. I went into the surgery room. I was in a good mood, cracking jokes with the staff, and he comes in. The lady, I told her I felt like I couldn't breathe. I'm an asthmatic, okay? And I do have anxieties for closed places. And for some reason, I felt when they put that mask on my face, because usually when they put a mask on my face, it's just a regular mask. This one had the suffocation. I call it suffocation. It had that rubber stuff around it that made me feel like I was suffocating. So she lifted it up a little bit so that I wouldn't go into anxiety. This jerk comes over and pushes it down on my face and said, "You gonna have that on your face?" And I pushed his hand real hard and said, "No, that's unacceptable. You can't do that to me." So he mashed it down on my face. Now, mind you, I'm about to go into surgery. I got the needles in my arm. So a real anesthesiologist, a caring anesthesiologist, would have said, let me go ahead and shoot her up a little bit with the little sleepy sleep stuff, and then put it all the way over her face. She wouldn't feel that anxiety. No, this jerk want to keep pushing it on my face, and I'm pushing it off my face. So now when I came out of the anesthesia, after the surgery was done, I had a problem. They couldn't keep my H2O levels up, my oxygen levels up. Because why? He constricted me, and I believe in this wholeheartedly. This is why I'm an asthmatic and all that stuff. I take everything in consideration whenever I have to do anything. So I knew I wanted my airway to be open. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to put the pipe down there and everything. You don't want all that swole up. I already have enough stuff going on right now. I didn't want any more. So, and I wasn't waking up like they wanted me to wake up. I was actually back in recovery way longer than I should have been. But I account that to the anesthesiologist, and I complained to them about the situation because that was really unfair to me, because he could have straight threw me into anxiety. And I'm going to tell you, if that ever happens again, guess what? I'm getting my naked butt up off that thing, because, I'm getting up off of it and walking out. I don't care what medication they gave me before. I don't care about none of that stuff. I'm walking out. Because you're not going to treat me like that. If it wasn't for the fact that I waited almost a year for this surgery, it wouldn't have happened. Because I was unacceptable. And I let them know. Because you want to be in a certain frame of mind when you do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Unacceptable. But, that's the medical industry. That's why we have to take control, and you're going to hear me preach this a lot, of our situation. And that's why we're here, to get you into a different way of thinking. We are so used to people doing stuff for us and making decisions for us. It's about time we make decisions for ourselves. We have to fight that battle. Because if they were out, and I probably shouldn't say this, what I'm about to say, but if they were out for our best interests, how is that we have an opioid addiction problem in the world today? How is it that insurance companies are paying for things that they shouldn't even be paying for because you already just picked it up a week ago and you had enough for 30 days and then you have another script for some more? How should that even happen? It shouldn't happen. But it happens because the pharmacy don't care. The insurance company, I don't know why they're paying for it, but I'm just saying, because all this stuff is supposed to be computerized. There's no way you're supposed to be able to slide that through, but it happens all the time. Because why? They go to the emergency room. And when you go to the emergency room, it doesn't come through electronically. You have to bring a piece of paper in. Supposedly that is fixed now, but that's how the issue occurred. So now we have an opioid addiction that people still are slipping through the cracks and being able to get way more. They're buying it off the streets. People are selling it. Whatever the case may be. But the sad part about it is it's all because the medical industry changed. Hey, let me tell you, if I could pick up a phone and a doctor could show up at my house, I'd be happy. Seriously. I would like it to go back to those days because it was so more personable. You knew my name. I walk in the door, you got to look at a chart. Oh, hi. You don't even know me by face. I could have come and seen you 20 times in a month and you still don't know who I am. Because you have so many patients. We don't all look the same, but it's just the point. They just have a lot of patients. I don't think that should happen. We have enough doctors in this world that we should be able to get some personalized services. And here's the thing. We have doctors that aren't even being doctors because, why? Their staff does everything. A physician assistant does the doctor's work. Comes in and sees you, goes and talks to the doctor agrees, and they do all this stuff for you. A physician's assistant signs the paperwork, orders the pills. You see the nurse when you come in. She asks you 101 questions, take your vitals. And then a physician assistant comes in. Sometimes you don't even see the doctor. I went to a place where I never even met the doctor. I only seen a physician assistant the whole time. Never met the doctor. Don't even know what he looked like. I left that place. Because I want to talk to the doctor at some point. It's like the law. The lawyer don't do all the work, the paralegal do. Now the physician assistant does all the work and the doctor don't. I mean, granted, I understand. They have a lot of patients. They have a lot of things they do. They have to go to emergency surgeries and deliver babies and all that stuff, and they need to have a backup plan. I get that. I get it. It takes a lot of people to run it, but make it personalized. Make it where I can call you on Skype. I'm just saying. And talk to you. Why do I have to come to the office for basic things? I know when I have a cold. I know when I have bronchitis. I know when I have an asthma issue. I know when I have a muscle issue. All that stuff is on file. Why do I have to come and make an appointment to see you? Why can't we just talk on the phone, or so you know it's me, let's talk on Skype. Let's talk on Zoom. Let's talk on one of those platforms to be able to get my pills. Why do I have to come and waste my gas to come and see you over something that you already know all about and it hasn't changed over the years? So I know when I'm in pain. And you see on the record that I don't ask for pain medication all the time. So what's the problem? I know when I have asthma problems and I say, hey, look, my asthma was worse this time, so I had to take more puffs than normal. I need another one. Why do I have to come in and see you? Now, I understand coming in twice a year because I'm coming in, get my blood work, all that stuff. Yeah, I need a checkup twice a year. But if nothing is changing, what do I need to do that for? Why do I need to come and see you so often? Why do every time I got a cold, I got to make a doctor's appointment? What for? Just give me my antibiotics so I can keep on pushing. Because that's all you're going to give me anyway. And then I'm going to sit in the waiting room for 2 hours. I'm just saying. That's what it feels like. I'm going to sit in the waiting room for 2 hours. I'm going to sit back there in that room for another 45 minutes for you to see me for 5 minutes. I spent my whole day at the doctor's office for a 5-minute visit to get some doggone antibiotics. That's just too much. Okay. I'm done raving for the day. I do appreciate you guys' support. I really enjoyed myself today. I was a little crazy, a little offbeat, but that's okay. I really didn't feel like I said, doing it today, but I got up and did it anyway in my pajamas, hair pulled back. Hey, it is what it is. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.